Put your gun down, Scully. Trust me, it's the only way to get out of here. You gotta put your gun down and let them out. He's got a bomb. You son of a bitch!
Told her it's me. No, not yet, but Skinner wants to see us in his office as soon as possible. He's asking for our 4-hour travel yesterday.
Be there in an hour.
I'd like to hear it too.
You're there, Scully.
It's not what I mean. You still want to explain what happened yesterday? How you knew that Bernard Oates was trapped with explosives.
Call it a feeling.
And there was also a feeling that he had been promised with a car.
She was an accomplice. She was just trying to get away.
Are you okay?
Now. You were there, Scully.
That's not what I mean. You still want to explain what happened yesterday? How you knew that Bernard Oates was trapped with explosives.
Call it a feeling.
And there was also a feeling that he had an accomplice with you in the car.
She was an accomplice. She was just trying to get away.
Are you okay?
Now.
Welcome to the falls. Please enter your code now. Welcome to Welcome home, Mr. McCoy.
Get someone today? Once you get mine, just run me neighborly. Copy of the code. Schroeder's out there painting our mailbox. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make the whole damn house pink. Forget about the mailbox, huh? I'm gonna make this whole damn place look like you when I selling cosmetics. How about that? That'll show these Nazis.
Honey, just calm down. Rules are rules.
They're repainting our mailbox because it's desert sienna instead of desert sage. I mean, this guy's a freaking weird.
What's that package?
I don't know. They'll say it was sent.
Boy, the neighbors would really hate that.
Stay here.
welcome. Welcome to the falls.
I'm Rob. This is my lovely wife, Laura.
Robert Laura Petrie.
We pronounce it Petrie, actually.
Oh,
Like the dish.
well, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Pat Verlander. I live 6 doors down. I'm the neighborhood bucket wagon. I really must say, it's already 10 after 5. I don't think I'm like it.
I'm sorry?
The 6 o'clock cutoff. All move-ins are required to be completed by 6 p.m. It's in the CCNRs. It's one of our rules.
Wow. The photos did not do it justice. Previous owners lived in so.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Petrie? That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I work mostly at home, which is great for Laura because she gets me all over herself.
This place really is immaculate, Pat. I wouldn't mind sending a thank you note to the previous owners.
Oh, that's sweet.
Here's your next door neighbor. Welcome. All right, well, nice to meet you. Don't you worry. Glad we moved in before 6. Bye, Quentin. Happy neighbor.
Excuse me?
So sorry.
Wait. It's okay. It's okay, Mike. I'll have to let you go.
Sorry.
I'm Katie Schroeder, by the way. Wynn's wife.
Nice to meet you, I'm Laura.
Where'd this go? I just put that right on the driveway. Hold on. Let's talk. People, shoot moves. That's not good. That's definitely gonna stand out in the front yard over there. Stand out when? Well, as in, not be aesthetically pleasing to the guy. But hey, maybe you can get special dispensation from Mr. Gobelak, president of our homeowners association, and take it out with him. In the meantime, let's get that in the garage. Put in the gravel. Okay. Finish getting you folks moved in. Let's go, people. Let's move. Come on. Yeah, that's the word going on around here. Hey, wait a minute. You don't want to carry over the threshold.
You ready?
Stay on.
Friendly neighbors, there will be no floor seat vaccinated.
What's the difference? This is so clean, you can do a computer chip.
6:01 p.m., February 24th. Agent Scully and Mulder in the former home of David and Nancy Klein, who disappeared without a trace last July. The Kleins were the third of such couples who disappeared since this neighborhood was built in 1991. All were apparently stable, professional people with no history of violence, domestic discord, or mental illness. And it took a family member or employee to realize that they were gone, including their cars and a few personal items. What local police found in each case was nothing, just impeccably manicured homes and a community of neighbors who professed total ignorance that anyone had disappeared.
It's pretty surprising considering how nutty this place is about being neighborly.
The local police department were at a dead end, so they turned to the FBI. A.E. Skinner, in assigning us this case, thought a fruitful approach to the investigation would be if we went undercover, posing as prospective homebuyers, as this planned community would seem to hide a dark, possibly murderous, conspiracy of silence.
Wanna make that honeymoon video now?
Robin Laura Petrie.
Petrie.
Mulder, if we ever go undercover again, I get to choose the names, okay? It's tough to make out taking it seriously.
I'm taking it seriously, I just don't understand why we're on it. It's the first cast back on access.
Sure it is. As I'll explain. What do you want? Aliens? Tractor beams?
She just wanted my house. Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich. Did I not make myself clear?
Hi. Well, you didn't need to do that.
Please, I have more dishes than I need. I just usually use one and then wash them. I'm Mark Raskin. Big Mike for obvious reasons. I just don't like school.
Oh. That's conditions. Are you a doctor, Mike?
That veterinarian. If you folks should think about it, or in that, I'd be happy to check it out for you, no charge. Just, not allowed to have over 16 pounds of bags. It's one of the CC.
Mighty nice of you, Mike. Gosh, with all this hospitality, I can't believe the planes ever left. That was their name, wasn't it? The Kleins?
I don't know.
Mulder.
The name is Rob. Just looking for a cleaning space, maybe missed a spot. Like blood, do you?
How'd you get way up there?
I didn't really learn much about him. He just said he lives at home, which tells me she's got money.
Seems nice.
Cute. Very nice guy.
What do you think, Jim?
Ladies, my compliments to the show.
These Petries, are they purple? Petries. So far so good. I'm keeping my eye on them.
Mr. Black. What do you think this time it would be better if we told them?
Mike, you and I have been through this before. We don't know yet if we can trust them.
It's just there's so many rules that maybe they would be able to keep up with the letter if they knew what happened. If they could. It's the neighborly thing to do. I really think we should do this. Sam, Godspeed. Thank you. Can I use your second door to the left? There's clean under the sink. Where do you have it? We'll make sure it finds it.
Jim, I can talk him out of this.
Well, the boy's a weakling, and a strong chain can't survive with a weakling.
That's right, poopy head. Wait, are we in the right place? I thought this was Big Mike's house.
Yeah, I'm just helping out Mike had a big kind of business.
What kind of business? I thought he was a veterinarian.
Veterinarian business, I guess. I just know it's gonna need some time. I'll just leave this here. Let me take those. Just tidier looking than leaving them on the front porch. Be more aesthetically pleasing, huh? Exactly. Say, would you two like to join Cammy and me for dinner this evening? About 6. We eat early.
That sounds great. Thanks.
Great. Well, man, you mentioned that I could talk to someone about putting up my basketball hoop. Who was that again? Mr. Gogolak, was it?
All right then, let's see. Basketball hoop and back door. Nope, I'm sorry. It's not allowed.
You're kidding.
I'm afraid not. Rules, rules. May not sound like anything a simple basketball, but from there it's just a few short steps to screen daisy reflectors and a basketball in the driveway.
In other words, anarchy.
May sound tough. But ours is a system that works. That's why the Falls is one of the top-ranked planned communities in all of California. Most of our homeowners have been here since day one.
I love the decor here, Mr. Gogolak. Is it Occidental?
Well, it's Nepalese and Tibetan mostly. I go back twice a year on business. I run Pure 9 imports. I can get you a great deal on rattan furniture if you're interested. Indoor only. Outdoor use is prohibited by our CCNRs.
Unscruffy. Go on now.
Sweetheart,
Use the dolphin safe.
Nothing safe on the way, honey.
We always use the dolphin safe. I think I love those dolphins. Although they're pretty tasty too. So, where'd you two meet? Actually, it was a UFO conference. Flying saucers. Interesting. Wouldn't have thought you folks would have been into that. Well, it's not me so much as Laura. She's quite the new ager. She's into those magnetic bracelets and crystals and mood rings, what have you. She's, God bless her, she's a sucker for all that stuff.
I wouldn't have guessed that, would you? No kidding.
Yeah. You know, when you told me this morning that Mike was out of town on business, I don't think that's true. You know? No, because we called his office in Atlanta.
We did.
We're thinking about getting a dog. So I wanted to call him and ask him his advice or whatever. So maybe he's also a forward number and they said,
And he wasn't there, they didn't know where he was. Do you know where he is when?
no, I couldn't tell you. There's gotta be something really freaky to you. I mean, for him to lie about it like that, maybe he's got some wild secret life. But every community has its dark underbelly, don't you think?
I don't have any. As far as I'm concerned, this community is the American dream.
I realized that it's past time I walked this way. Would you like some company? So, is this the American dream? This place? Oh, nice neighborhood. You know, it's a lot of people who want the best for their families. So it's just not your dream. You know, Ken, I've noticed that you've walked us past Mike's house twice. Are you worried about it? I don't
him in his house. I didn't see him in the storm drain either. Take it he's dead, Scully.
Laura. Lynn Schroeder?
Maybe when you're cleaning up.
Cleaning up for who? Well, speaking of cleaning up, you were touching out a squeeze of toothpaste.
Hey, what do we know about this stuff?
I'm driving out to San Diego tomorrow. Have it analyzed.
Um,
Third morning. Well, let's see. I killed Big Mike. What's missing here is intent. What would be the motive?
compulsive neatness, or lack thereof. Have you noticed how everybody around here is obsessed with the neighborhood rules and CC&Rs? You know what, you fit in really well.
And you don't.
Anyway, tomorrow I got a surefire way of testing out my theory. All right.
Scully. Mulder. Good night.
See how this goes.
Artisanal.
Stay here.
Hey, wait, what's that horse?
The hell are you doing, Mike? What are you doing? Damn it, Rob. Get off of it. Help me get this thing inside.
Why? What's gonna happen if we don't?
That's what you wanted? Warned about what?
Mulder, is that you? Sorry, Mulder. Somebody was in the house.
Tidying up. Whoever was put on the basketball. Somebody's looking out after us. Scully, which may not be a bad thing.
What do you mean?
I gotta look at that thing that's been scaring everybody and then take it back. This is the next one.
How's Cammy?
What did we do wrong, Jane? Was our welcome mat not to your liking? Did I go out my garden hose clockwise instead of counterclockwise?
Are you saying that had something to do with this?
Who else? The exact same thing, the thing you had me do to Mike. Who else would do that?
Son, you'll want to take a deep breath. And rethink that theory. It's your next door neighbor, man. He's a rabble rouser. He's trouble with a capital T. And you and I both know it only takes one right now. This world won't watch.
Listen, there's one in our yard. This is how this thing travels, where it lives.
In the ground. This huge creature you think you saw. Look, Mulder, huge creatures aside, do you care to hear about them?
Alright.
These are the lab results from the San Diego PD. First of all, the stuff that we found on the fan blade, the dried blood and scalp hairs, it's neither. The blood's predominantly ketchup and brake fluid, and the hairs are bristles from a scrub brush. And the same goes for the sample we found on the dog's muzzle. It's coffee grounds, eggshells, and motor oil, with about 50 other constituents, with a little mercurochrome for color. In other words, Mulder, it's garbage, which makes perfect sense because this entire neighborhood has been built upon an old landfill.
A landfill?
We found this stuff everywhere because it is everywhere. It's just beneath the topsoil. And that protrusion in the front yard may occur from the venting of methane gas. But, Mulder, I don't see how any of this has to do with the disappearances that we're investigating.
It does. Somehow it's one of the same Kleins. What if they're still here?
Are they buried in the yard? Or once we start a forensic excavation, our cover's blown.
his own grave.
Hey, Mulder.
Glenn's not down there. Now this time we call it a night.
Tasteful, isn't it? Hey, can you get an excavation team out here?
Yeah,
You need to dig deep.
where are you going?
Try some tan furniture.
Yes, this is Special Agent Dana Scully. I need a full forensic team to 450 Autumn Terrace. No, not tomorrow, tonight. I'm sorry, can I call you back?
It's come for you, Laura. You can't make a noise. You have to get out of here. You were venture. It's our fault. The original homeowners. We asked for it. You know, we can't stop it.
Stop what, Mike?
I tried to keep it Schroeder. You got tit for tat, just like Schroeder did for me.
Mike, listen, slow down. Okay, just give me my gun and I'll get it later.
She wants you, Laura. Your husband has this broken way too many rules. I've been hiding in the sewer.
Let's start with the climbs. You're responsible for revealing little pieces of my front yard. You gave him that long one up the yard, the axe. Yeah, whirligig. It's tacky enough to break your rules and your CCRs. Tacky enough to mark the clients for death.
That sounds good in a court of law. When the judge asks you who killed the clients, what exactly are you going to tell her?
A tulpa. It's a Tibetan thought form. It's a living, breathing creature willed into existence by someone who possesses that ability. An ability I think you picked up on your whirligig buying excursions to the Far East. Why'd you do it? I mean,
Is it so damn important for everybody to have the same color mailbox?
It's important that people fit in.
She didn't know exactly what you were getting into, did you? I mean, you can summon its existence, but you can give it life, but you can't control it. The best you can hope for is to stay out of its way.
Son, my lawyers are gonna make you sound so stupid that not only will I never see the inside of a jail cell, but you'll be sending all your paychecks straight to me.
Yeah. You got 2 FBI agents living next door to you.
Sure. It's not for long. Scully? Scully? Scully, hang on.
Here, help me with this. Come here. When?
Here's what he gets. Mother, it was here. Several residents of the Falls have now come forward to blame the deaths of the neighborhood homeowner association president, Gene Gobelin. These same residents deny Agent Mulder's allegation that they were in some sense all responsible for the demise of Gobelin himself, claiming ignorance as to what actually killed him. It would seem the code of silence that hid the sins of this community has not only survived, but in its creator claimed a final victim. Meanwhile, the Falls at Arcadia has been one of the top planned communities in California for the 6th year running.
说呢，所做嘅做，方塊面近少少，你差唔多爆我一啖氣，我咩好火啊！方仔，你睇睇。咁噶啦，點係老虎啊？This hold was secured in Hong Kong. I don't know how this happened. It makes no sense. I found the cage still locked. Do allow me on this.
Who's in charge here? You?
Who are you?
My name is Detweiler. I'm the owner of this cargo. I was to be notified immediately of its arrival. There's an animal in here, damn it. Needs care.
Aren't you going home?
I am home. Just feathering the nest.
What you got?
Two merchant marines found dead this morning in San Pedro in the hold of their cargo ship.
Mind if I ask the cause of death?
On the crime report it says multiple bite wounds.
From what?
Well, the Hong Kong manifest has the cargo listed as a dog.
A dog? A dog?
Yo quiero Taco Bell. That alone is not what drew me to this case. The two men were found inside the container, which was locked from the outside.
What happened to the dog?
Doggone.
Yeah, I got it. Did anybody examine the victim, Mulder? Look, bite wounds are rarely lethal in themselves. I mean, they are not the cause of death. They lead to it through the loss of blood, but it makes me wonder how accurate this report is.
Local PD wrote it up. Department of Fish and Wildlife is on the case. I got an outside source here. It was a dog.
I don't have to tell you how absolutely completely wrong that seems. And we
One of
never
the
found
perks
dead
of-
in a locked cage, right?
Perks of
To
patronage is more direct access,
You're not gonna tell me that a dog did this.
interaction with the community, including yours truly, period.
Quiet. Don't you all front. It's enough now. Come on.
Here is the link to the Discord server comment and
Hey,
perks
get out
for
of here!
all
Go on!
patrons.
Get!
Period.
One sec.
I will probably be using,
Get out of
feel
here!
free
Oh!
to check it out, chat about things,
Oh!
and just generally hang out, period.
Joe, little George. Go ahead.
A hurt for my generous channel members. As a I offer a Discord server that allows
Jeffrey Dunn?
more direct interactions with the community. That allows more direct interactions with each other.
Hope you don't mind, look around the ship with my men. We were pretty thorough.
Me and other members of the community, period.
But I can tell you that dog's not likely still on the ship.
How'd you determine that?
You ever own a dog, sir? Yeah. Had to clean up after it?
Enjoy! Exclamation point.
I suppose you can tell us what kind of dog this is.
I'm not really sure. The man on the ship, whose name is Detweiler. Dr. Ian Detweiler calls himself a cryptozoologist.
Cryptozoologist?
Yeah, they deal with animals thought to be extinct.
Animals that aren't supposed to exist, like Sasquatch and the Ogopogo and the abominable snowman.
That line can't go on forever. Did you have a chance to talk to this Dr. Detweiler?
About 5 minutes ago.
Artisanal. Any partners?
Agents, Dr. Detweiler. Are you from the FBI?
Yeah.
Who should I be speaking to about the theft of this animal?
Theft? What do you mean theft?
This is a very valuable animal that's disappeared. A rare breed and arguably a priceless specimen.
A breed of what?
Longsheng Do. It's a canid.
It's an Asian dog, supposed to have been extinct for the last 150 years.
Yes. That's right, actually.
And you have one of these?
I was on the expedition that caught it. Be that as it may, we now have an unquarantined animal loose.
Loose? This animal's a little more than loose. It seems to have killed 2 people.
Well, no, let me assure you, this is not a predatory animal. Chinese folklore is imbued with mythic qualities, but it doesn't even hunt. It scavenges.
Where's Officer Khan? Just got a report on the radio, some kind of vicious dog attack in Bellflower.
Watch your step.
Jake Conroy, age 30. He was employed as a customs agent by the federal government. Bite marks match those of the victims on a Chinese freighter. In this case, it bit off the man's hand. There was some talk in the house that he may have been involved in the theft of the animal, and then he took it.
Tell her about the hand of Fiji.
Well, it does make sense. I mean, a victim and his dog were attacked inside of a house full of doors shut. It couldn't have happened unless the dog was being kept inside.
If all the doors were shut, how did he get out?
Well, then what?
I think we're speaking in 2 common terms about an animal we're calling a dog, which displays none of the behavior of man's best friend.
You mean covering up crime scenes?
You get a biscuit, Scully.
So you're talking about a dog that has human intelligence? Well, even if there were such an animal, where would we even begin to look for one?
A human, and things like an animal. Karen, breakfast?
No, it's in here. Just putting up this fence porch, we had some coyote problems. You two, looking for Karen about boarding?
That's like more of a behavior problem.
Yeah, he doesn't listen and he chews on the furniture.
Just, can you tell that the FBI's here to see me?
Right this way. Karen will be out in a moment, all right?
insects and wolves in the wilderness of 5 different continents.
How is it that you know so much about her, but you don't know what she looks like?
Never actually met her.
You assume that she's gonna help us?
Well, no, actually, it's not an assumption. She is the one who told me about this case.
Oh, so you two are chummy.
I heard about it.
The wolf inside? Dogs don't lie. Better than human. Better than human.
She's not a real people person.
She seems to have made a connection to you.
Karen? Fox. Fox Mulder. This is my partner, Dana Scully. It's nice to finally meet you.
I wish I'd known. I don't get many visitors. Stacy tells me you have a question about behaviorism.
Yeah, it's about the animal tracking. When you mentioned in your email about its intelligence.
Canaan's intelligence is far superior to ours, if that's what you want to know.
Intelligence enough to murder?
Murder takes no intelligence. It's a human behaviorism.
What about hunting?
Coyotes use elaborate trickeries to draw out their prey. Many canids do, alone or in packs.
What about a dole?
If you mean the Wan Shang dole, it's extinct. Is there any other reason you came here?
No. Thank you, Karen.
Come on.
Mulder. She's a friend of yours.
Well, we met online.
Online.
Two professionals exchanging information.
This is Fiedler. I'm on an alley just south of Cooper at Signal Hill. Looks like something's been scavenging. I'm gonna check it out.
Does Facebook pay anything for live streams?
thing happens here every day.
No, I'm sure it doesn't. We're just trying to catch this animal just like you, though, sir.
But you can catch it. I want to kill it.
I'll take 4 minutes here to speak to me. I'm just done.
You didn't expect to see me.
Dog eats dog catcher. Stories all over the news this morning. It's sort of uplifting. I'm joking. Sorry. Thought you might use some help.
You said that a dog or a canine only hunts where it needs, but I've got 4 bodies with bite marks on it from an animal that seems to kill for no other reason.
Who are the victims?
There's 2 men with the shoes that came in on a customs agent and an officer from Fish and Wildlife. In fact, all these men could come in contact with the animal before the attacks.
Classic dominant alpha territorial behavior.
You know, this animal seems to have ranged many miles to make its attacks. In each case, it seems to have outsmarted or at least tricked its victims.
Unlike we Homo sapiens, our canine motives are simple and direct. It would be an extraordinary case to find one who kills for sport. Likelihood we never know. I'm sure someone will kill it first.
This guy over there, he claims to have caught it once and he can catch it again. It's Dr. Ian Tenweiler, you know him?
I don't know, but I dislike him already.
I haven't been over the area. If that was my animal, there's absolutely no evidence of it. No prints, nothing whatsoever I can find.
But it's still on the loose.
How did you say you caught it originally?
It was Karen Berquist.
And we tranquilized it after tracking it for 2 weeks.
You admire it, don't you?
I admire its ability to survive.
I think I'll look around too.
That's one strange world.
Well, I'm leaving my dart gun in the car. I'm letting my rounds from here on out. I don't care what the regulations say. I shouldn't be asked the rest of my life. Neither should anyone else. Feed the client dead. You realize that? We need
How
more
to
men out.
put in-stream ads on the Facebook live streams.
Guys, listen. Look, I don't have a photo of this animal. No one's even seen it. Now let's get more men out here so we can catch it and kill it. If you want... You scared me.
Kill that dog, and I'll kill you.
This man Detweiler said he could find no evidence of the scene. Very little effort I was able to find several tracks on the floor of the building where the man was attacked. Did they tell you anything? This is a large, rangy animal with primitive, even pre-evolutionary aspects. It isn't perfectly visible, but with the computer I can enhance the print so that you can see. Fifth toe pad on the right paw. Canines only have 4 toes.
It's got a vestigial toe pad on its front paws, right there.
The dew claw, serving no purpose now, though some believe it was once a prehensile thumb. And that's what you think the print indicates? I'm told that this animal went in and out of closed buildings. Yeah, just yesterday you dismissed the possibility outright that a dog or a canid, as you call it, would behave like this. I dismissed the idea of murder. But you'll accept the idea that it behaves in every other way like Jack the Ripper. I'm just going by the facts. In Chinese myth, the dole can be evil, capable of opening doors, stealing wives, and disappearing into thin air. Maybe there is some basis in reality for this trickster myth. Oh, I'm fairly certain there is.
Okay, Scott?
How well do you know this woman, Mulder?
Well, you know, anybody read on the internet, she likes to talk.
Well, I question her motives.
You're suggesting that this case was a way to get me out here to beat me?
underestimate a woman, they can be tricksters too.
So Dr. Riley wanted me to give Duke 3 pills a day. Is the one bottle gonna be enough? We can get you a refill, okay? Duke. Duke! Enough!
Can't you control your dog?
I'm sorry, he has this with strangers sometimes.
Let's take him outside.
Duke, come on.
Sorry about that. He's usually a well-behaved dog. I'm Dr. Detweiler. I called about the animal tranquilizer.
The Telazol. I don't have much occasion to dispense it. If I
Facebook
have any
is no
further-
longer monetizing
whatever you
live
got.
streams.
I have everything. Can you use that?
Yeah.
Can I ask what these tranks are for?
An animal escaped from a pier in San Pedro.
Not that dog that's been attacking people.
If you don't mind, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
This dog you're looking for, you're not looking around here.
Yeah, I'm afraid we are.
Nice barkeep. Hi, Dina. He's trapped in a kennel behind that.
How to get in there?
I must have come around back.
What was shown? Go around back. I'm gonna open the door. Doc, you have to move back. I'm gonna have to shoot him. See ya!
Did he get up?
I think so. He's down.
It's the wrong dog.
thought at first that they were eccentricities or affectations, the dark, the clothes, but it's photosensitivity. Your sleeves cover up skin lesions. It's why you're here amongst the humans instead of out in the field. Systemic lupus erythematosus. Lupus, proto-Latin for wolf. Ironic, isn't it? Ironic or perverse. I've ignored the symptoms for years. I've always felt more like a wolf than a person. But not with Mulder. With Mulder, you found somebody you could communicate with. Someone who challenged you. But that wasn't enough. You needed to bring me out here. I like your feminine ways. You don't believe it, do you? Not for a minute that there's an animal out there killing.
I don't believe that this man, Dr. Detweiler, ever caught it. I lived in Asia. I know about the one shame dome. And if it survived for over a century, it was because it was more cunning than man. More cunning than this man, Detweiler, ever dreamed of.
More cunning than you. I'm watching you.
You watch, but you don't see.
Facebook recordings of live streams anonymized.
Officer Khan, are you there? Officer Khan, please respond. Officer Khan, please respond.
It's Jeffrey Kahn, go ahead.
Real FBI agent holding for you. I'm gonna patch him through now. Officer Khan?
Agent Mulder,
Yeah, back here at the animal clinic. You know Detweiler had been here?
Dr. Detweiler was there?
Yeah, he signed for something. It's like, atropine, atorphine.
Tranquilizers, ampoules.
You anywhere near here at all?
How far away?
I have access to a lab. There's something I'd like for you to check out for me.
I'll be there in 15 minutes.
I heard what had happened. I know about that. You know, thought I liked the description.
How did you learn about the town?
I've been in contact with Officer Khan. I learned through his office.
You didn't? So you had no Scott didn't want to have anything to do with you?
He was going to kill it.
Does that frighten you?
Please, sir.
It's ridiculous. I'm not telling you something. You know very well that it can't be caught.
Then how could I have brought it here?
That's what no one can figure out except for Karen Burkhurst. She knows what was in that cage and she knows that it must be killed. That's the thought that she can't bear because she doesn't want this thing to be extinct any more than you do.
You're not making any sense.
I think I am. You went to China looking for that animal. You may have tracked it as you claim, but the rest is far from the truth. You found the land Shandong, but you never caught it. It caught you. You may not have known what was happening to you at first, but you're well aware now that when night comes, you stop being yourself.
It's insane.
You become the trickster. A shape-shifting man who becomes an animal.
I've heard of that.
No, you killed because you could. You may have resisted at first. You may have hated what you become. Eventually, it took you over. That's That's where the tranquilizer came in. I found traces of atorphine and animal blood at the clinic. You injected yourself with the tranquilizer, hoping to stop the killings. But they didn't, and they had it, and they went.
Protected you as long as I could. I wanted to get longer. I usually get a sense of a person right away from the nose. Those are the best judges of character I know.
Since it's like myself, I was late. Someone took the house in this case.
I've been honest with you. And perhaps not myself. I was looking forward to meeting you. I wouldn't admit how much.
But you might also have admitted that you knew about this animal, or it wasn't an animal at all.
I heard the reports and called you out, only so you could disprove them. What I knew was it couldn't be a dog responsible for those killings.
It's dead, isn't it?
Yes,
So you knew that didn't say.
I only realized it when I saw it. My failure was in thinking I was protecting the animal, that by deceiving you, it might be captured alive. He's got to be put down from us. It's the only way to stop this.
Got Scully on him, tallying, watching his every move.
It will elude her easily.
Where's he now?
The man that had been wounded, the hospital. To finish the kill.
Scully, it's me. We're gonna get to the hospital. Gotta make sure Khan is protected. He's in danger.
Tell me why you pulled me away from the suspect and chained me to this chair? Because I haven't seen hide nor hair in Detweiler since I've been here.
Exactly what? It's not yet dark. Should take a load up. Might be here all night.
What do you mean?
It's temporary. It's not that well. It's something that becomes.
Mulder?
Some blood curse. This man undergoes some kind of nocturnal transformation. He becomes the same shape-shifting trickster as that mythical dog.
So what is he gonna do? Walk in here, skitter across linoleum and pee in the corners?
It's about territoriality. He's gonna come back here and to make sure his dominance isn't challenged. He's gonna put down the threat he failed to eliminate with the attack gun. Karen Berger was confirmed.
Mulder, the only thing Karen Bergquist is interested in is you. You're kidding yourself if you think that she hasn't manipulated this entire situation for her own purposes.
He'll come here tonight. We'll see.
Are stars the only way for live streams to earn money? My Facebook live stream is not earning money. Facebook monetization eligibility for live streams.
Is that coming?
No argument.
He'll come here tonight. Karen Berger, she
Is this your fault?
Believed her very quickly.
Why wouldn't you believe her?
Barely knew her.
She had a lot of secrets, that's for sure. I think the Karen is leaving the United States. She says people want to leave quickly, and I think she figures you out to the T. She's not you, Karen's very She may not have been able to express that to you. Maybe what she did was the highest form of compliment. You okay? Stay and pray.
And a word on the seismic.
From mole, ground with a traditional tool in Mexico, to metal art forged with ancient wax casting techniques in India, and shea butter made by women artisans in Ghana. We got an inside look at businesses around the globe to see how their centuries-old traditions are still standing. This is camel skin. It takes at least 2 days to manually clean it, so it can be turned into pieces of art like this lamp. This century-old craft is a signature trade in the ancient city of Multan in Pakistan. And this is one of the last businesses that still make them. Malik Abdul Rahman Nakash is proud to keep it going.
ये फन मुझे विरसे में मिला है ये भी हमारे सीना बसीना सिलसिला है वो खानदान में चला आ रहा है
In fact, his grandfather started making camel skin lamps in the early 20th century and is credited for turning it into a major business for the city. But younger generations aren't interested in learning the craft, and businesses have been closing. So, what does it take to make these lamps? And how is this craft still standing? Cleaning and preparing the hides properly is crucial. It takes hours of manual work using only this knife called rampi.
हमारे काम इसलिए आती है इसके अंदर चिकनाई कम होती है इसकी थिकनेस जो है वो काफ़ी मोटी होती है जिससे हमारे पीसेस ज़्यादा निकलते हैं
These skills are passed down within families. Ashfaq Riaz learned it from his father Muhammad when he was 7. Nowadays, they work side by side. While one cleans the hides until they're bleached white, the other scrapes the excess until it's merely paper thin.
ये हमें फख्र महसूस होता है क्योंकि ये आर्ट है और ये फन है जो पूरी दुनिया में कहीं नहीं होता। ये हम ही जानते हैं, ये हमारे
They save as much excess skin as they can.
चमड़े की सिलाई करने के बाद जब छोटे-छोटे पीसेस बचते हैं चमड़े के, उसको हम ये कील वाली मशीन में निकालते हैं 5 दफा।
Then it's time to shape the lamps. Mohammed places the thin layers over these clay molds. Today, he's working with a classic lamp shape. He uses the grinded excess to cover holes. It's important to keep the top layer thin so light can pass through the final product. He gets these molds from a potter who makes them by hand using plaster. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Mohammed seals the piece with a mixture made of glue and washing soda and uses it to dry in the sun for up to 4 days.
उसके बाद इस तरह के जिनके कलर इसका ये येलो कलर का हो जाता है जब सूखने के बाद, उसके बाद हम इसको फिर जो है ना इसको मिट्टी निकालने के लिए हम इसको तोड़ते हैं।
Finally, it's time to paint it. It takes around 10 days to finish a single lamp. And Malik has to be precise and patient, since one mistake can ruin the entire design.
कलर स्कीम, डिज़ाइन की बंड, और आप इसमें देखें कि जो नक्काशी हमने ख़ास तौर पे इलाकाई नक्काशी को हमने ज़िंदा रखना होता है जो सीना पसीना से किया है, उसमें यहाँ के मुल्तान के फूल हो गए, मुल्तान की सब्जियाँ हो गई, ये हमारे पैटर्न का ख़ास हिस्सा है।
This technique is called nakashi, and it's over 900 years old. Artists from Multan painted designs like these on buildings, monuments, and mosques. Malik learned the technique from his father.
ये उन्हीं की मेहनत है जो आज मैं काम कितना अच्छा कर रहा हूँ।
In the past, camel leather was popular in the region for storing oil and heat. Malik's grandfather started doing nakashi art on camel skin lamps in 1910, following the arrival of electricity in South Asia. And he passed the skill down to his son, Malik Ashik Nakash. At one point, there were at least 40 families involved in this business, and people from across the country came to Multan to buy these. But the craft has dwindled as tourism declined in Pakistan in recent decades, and raw materials have gotten more expensive.
बहुत मुश्किल हालात हैं महंगाई की वजह से।
Malik started selling them online and managed to keep the business running. Small lamps sell for about 1,500 rupees or $7. Larger ones for around $200. He says these lamps can last up to 100 years, but they need to varnish each one thoroughly to get them there. This increases its shine and durability. Both Malik and Ashfaq say that younger generations aren't entering this business, and instead choosing more profitable careers. They hope with educational programs and monetary support, a new generation will join the craft.
जो सबसे अहम मुश्किलात आ रही हैं वो कि नए बच्चे इस तरफ नहीं आ रहे, तो उसके लिए हम चाह रहे हैं कि इसके लिए कोई नस्ल तैयार हो ताकि नए बच्चे इस फील्ड में आएं।
For now, he's passing the Nakashi skill down to his son.
मेरा बेटा जो है वो इस पे स्टडी के साथ साथ मेरे साथ भी होता है, जैसे मैं वालिद के साथ था, मेरे वालिद अपने दादा के साथ थे, वालिद के साथ थे, तो ये सिलसिला जारी रहेगा इंशाअल्लाह।
Women in West Africa have been turning shea nuts into butter for centuries. The process is hard, requiring at least 3 women to mix 1 pot. The yellow paste is often called women's gold, and for many in northern Ghana, it's the only source of income.
We don't have women's and that's why we are creating shea butter.
People across Africa have used it for skin and hair care, food and medicine for at least 700 years. And in recent decades, it's become a global sensation. International customers often buy larger quantities from companies that can produce it faster, making it harder for traditional farmers. But the biggest threat is right in their backyard. For the past 4 decades, men have been cutting down the very tree that provides livelihood to many families. We traveled to Ghana to find out how, despite the challenges, this group of women artisans is still standing. The day starts with a 2-hour trek to the forest for many women in the town of Yulu. The journey can be dangerous. They have to travel in groups to avoid armed robbers lurking in the forest. And they risk getting bitten by snakes when walking through the grass.
If you're only one or two women that goes into the bush to pick, it's likely that you won't come back.
The shea tree grows along a dry savanna belt that stretches from east to west Africa. Only the ripe shea nuts that have fallen from the tree are ready. The return home can also be physically taxing. The women carry more than 25 kilograms of seeds on their heads. They first wash the seeds and let them dry for a week. Then it's time for cracking. The nuts are ready when the kernel starts to rattle against the shell. Only the good ones are made into butter. The bad nuts are used to make a special food called gandu, and as a fertilizer on their farms. This attention to detail sets traditional shea butter apart from commercially made ones.
With the machinery, you pour everything in the machine. So if there's bad one, you won't be able to identify it.
Portia Asunda has led an organization called Titiaka Boresa for the last 3 years. The group provides cooking pots and training for shea farmers in the Talensi district. It also teaches them how to pick the best quality nuts for their product. They crack the nuts into smaller pieces with a brick. Then roast them over an open fire until they become fragrant. This helps release the oils that give shea butter its nutty taste and smell. It's one of the skills Acuna Alejere is teaching her daughter. She's been making shea butter for more than half her life.
매일 쌓이는 모습은 다른 사람을 맡을까 걱정되는 순간들. 이럴 땐 페브리즈 맨! 강력한 탈취력으로 없애기 힘든 묵은 냄새까지 상쾌하게. 상쾌함이 최대 24시간 동안. 페브리즈. 어디 있던 집이요? 클레오파트라도 몰라요?
알죠. 클레오파트라. 모두의 노래를 듣고 다시 돌아왔다. 감자칩의 여왕 클레오파트라.
감사합니다.
바나나픽 동생, 메론픽 탄생!
우리의 정체성은 달릴 때 비로소 완성된다. 새롭고 유쾌한 경험, 짜릿함, 미소를 드러낸 아름다움, 대담함과 평온함, 거친 길 위에서도 선명한 존재감. 그 순간 온몸을 타고 오르는 정을. This is you, this is us, this is Sound.
She grinds the shea nut pieces by hand. Some shea farmers have invested in grinding mills to make this step easier. But Acuna takes pride in sticking to the techniques that date back to the 14th century. The divots in these rocks provide the perfect working space. The women only produce small batches at a time to ensure the quality will be consistent. It's all hands on deck when it comes to mixing the shea mix. The work can be grueling and takes a lot of strength.
大真的我没有那个没有的。
They do this for 1 hour to get the right consistency. The water activates the butter. Slowly, it separates and floats to the top. Acuna melts the butter in another fire, using wood that was harvested in the forest. She waits until it turns a deep chocolate color. The shea oil will cool and be sold as unrefined butter. The first accounts of shea butter use date back to 14th century Burkina Faso. It's been used in West African households as a cooking fat and as a moisturizing salve for skin. Legend has it that even the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra appreciated the butter for its hydrating power. In recent decades,
वो काफी मोटी होती है जिससे हमारे पीसेस ज्यादा निकलते हैं.
These skills are passed down within families. Ashfaq Riaz learned it from his father Muhammad when he was 7. Nowadays, they work side by side. While one cleans the hides until they're bleached white, the other scrapes the excess until it's nearly paper thin.
ये हमें फख्र महसूस होता है क्योंकि ये आर्ट है और ये फन है जो पूरी दुनिया में कहीं नहीं होता. ये हम ही जानते हैं, ये हमारा ही खानदान का काम है.
They save as much excess skin as they can.
चमड़े की सिलाई करने के बाद जब छोटे छोटे पीसेस बच जाते हैं चमड़े के, उसको हम ये कीन वाली मशीन में निकालते हैं 5 दफा.
Then it's time to shape the lines. Muhammad places the thin layers. Cleaning and preparing the hides properly is crucial. It takes hours of manual work using only this knife called ramli.
हमारे काम इसलिए आती है, इसके अंदर चिकनाई कम होती है, इसकी थिकनेस जो है वो काफ़ी मोटी होती है जिससे हमारे पीसेस ज़्यादा निकलते हैं.
These skills are passed down within families. Ashfaq Riaz learned it from his father Muhammad when he was 7. Nowadays, they work side by side. While one cleans the hides until they're bleached white, the other scrapes the excess until it's nearly paper thin.
ये हमें फख्र महसूस होता है क्योंकि ये आर्ट है और ये फन है जो पूरी दुनिया में कहीं नहीं होता. ये हम ही जानते हैं, ये हमारा ही खानदान का काम है.
They save as much excess skin as they can.
चमड़े की सिलाई करने के बाद जब छोटे छोटे पीसेस बच जाते हैं चमड़े के, उसको हम ये कीन वाली मशीन में निकालते हैं 5 दफा.
Then it's time to shape the lines. Muhammad places the thin layers over these clay molds. Today, he's working with a classic lampshade. He uses the grinded excess to cover holes. It's important to keep the top layer thin so light can pass through the final product. He gets these molds from a potter who makes them by hand using plaster. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Muhammad seals the piece with a mixture made of glue and washing soda and leaves it to dry in the sun for up to 4 days.
उसको होने के बाद ये इस तरह के जिनके कलर्स का ये येलो कलर का हो जाता है जब सूखने के बाद, उसके बाद हम इसके फिर यानी इसको मिट्टी निकालने के लिए हम इसको तोड़ते हैं.
Finally, it's time to paint it. It takes around 10 days to finish a single lamp. And Malik has to be precise and patient, since one mistake can ruin the entire design.
कलर स्कीम, डिज़ाइन की बंड और आप इसमें देखें कि जो नक्काशी हमने ख़ास तौर पे इलाकाई नक्काशी को ज़्यादा रखा होता है जो सीना वजीफा चली जाती है उसमें यहाँ के मुल्तान के फूल हो गए, मुल्तान की सब्जियाँ हो गई, ये हमारे पैटर्न का खास हिस्सा है।
This technique is called nakashi, and it's over 900 years old. Artists from Multan painted designs like these on buildings, monuments, and mosques. Malik learned the technique from his father.
ये उन्हीं की मेहनत है जो आज मैं काम इतना अच्छा कर रहा हूँ।
In the past, camel leather was popular in the region for storing oil and ghee. Malik's grandfather started doing nakashi art on camels' electricity in South Asia, and he passed the skill down to his son, Malik Ashik Nakash. At one point, there were at least 40 families involved in this business, and people from across the country came to Multan to buy these. But the craft has dwindled as tourism declined in Pakistan in recent decades, and raw materials have gotten more expensive.
बहुत मुश्किल हालात हैं महंगाई की वजह से।
Malik started selling them online and managed to keep the business running. Small lamps sell for about 1,500 rupees or $7. Larger ones for around $200. He says these lamps can last up to 100 years, but they need to varnish each one thoroughly to get them there. This increases its shine and durability. Both Malik and Ashfaq say that younger generations aren't entering this business, and instead choosing more profitable careers. They hope with educational programs and monetary support, a new generation will join the craft.
जो सबसे अहम मुश्किलात आ रही है वो कि नए बच्चे इस तरफ नहीं आ रहे, तो उसके लिए हम चाह रहे हैं कि इसके लिए कोई नस्ली तैयार हो ताकि नए बच्चे इस फील्ड में आएं।
For now, he's passing the nakashi skill down to his son.
मेरा बेटा जो है वो इस पे स्टडी के साथ साथ मेरे साथ भी होता है, जैसे मैं वालिद के साथ था, मेरे वालिद अपने दादा के साथ थे, वालिद के साथ थे, तो ये सिलसिला जारी रहेगा इंशाल्लाह।
Women in West Africa have been turning shea nuts into butter for centuries. The process is hard, requiring at least 3 women to mix 1 pot. The yellow paste is often called women's gold, and for many in northern Ghana, it's the only source of income.
We don't have anything. That's why we are doing the shea butter.
People across Africa have used it for skin and hair care, food and medicine for at least 700 years. And in recent decades, it's become a global sensation. International customers often buy larger quantities from companies that can produce it faster, making it harder for traditional farmers. But the biggest threat is right in their backyard. For the past 4 decades, men have been cutting down the very tree that provides livelihood to many families. We traveled to Ghana to find out how, despite the challenges, this group of women artisans is still standing. The day starts with a 2-hour trek to the forest for many women in the town of Yadui. The journey can be dangerous. They have to travel in groups to avoid armed robbers lurking in the forest. And they risk getting bitten by snakes when walking through the grass.
If you are only 1 or 2 women that goes into the bush to pick, it's likely that you won't find.
The shea tree grows along a dry savanna belt that stretches from east to west Africa. Only the ripe shea nuts that have fallen from the tree are ready. The return home can also be physically taxing. The women carry more than 25 kilograms of seeds on their heads. They first wash the seeds and let them dry for a week. Then it's time for packing. The nuts are ready when the kernel starts to rattle against the shell. Only the good ones are made into butter. The bad nuts are used to make a special food called gum, and as fertilizer for other farms. This attention to detail sets traditional shea butter apart from commercially made ones.
With the machinery, you pour everything in the machine. So if there's bad one, we will not be able to identify it.
Portia Asunda has led an organization called Titiaka Boresa for the last 3 years. The group provides cooking pots and training for shea farmers in the Talensi district. It also teaches them how to pick the best quality nuts for their products. They crack the nuts into smaller pieces with a brick. Then roast them over an open fire until they become fragrant. This helps release the oils that give shea butter its nutty taste and smell. It's one of the skills Acuna Alejere is teaching her daughter. She's been making shea butter for more than half her life. She grinds the shea nut pieces by hand. Some shea farmers have invested in grinding mills to make this step easier. But Acuna takes pride in sticking to the techniques that date back to the 14th century. The divots in these rocks provide the perfect working space. The women only produce small batches at a time to ensure the quality will be consistent. It's all hands on deck when it comes to mixing the shea paste. The work can be grueling and takes a lot of strength. They do this for 1 hour to get the right consistency. The water activates the butter. Slowly, it separates and floats to the top. Acuna melts the butter in another fire, using wood that was harvested in the forest. She waits until it turns a deep chocolate color. The shea oil will cool and be sold as unrefined butter. The first accounts of shea butter use date back to 14th century Burkina Faso. It's been used in West African households as a cooking fat and as a moisturizing salve for skin. Legend has it that even the Egyptian queen Cleopatra appreciated the butter for its hydrating power. In recent decades, global demand for shea butter has increased dramatically. Its healing properties and high levels of vitamins have made it the ultimate ingredient for skincare products across the world. In the last 20 years alone, annual exports have increased 600%. But with new demand have come new challenges. Deforestation, competition from bigger companies, and a global pandemic have threatened the livelihoods of small-scale shea farmers.
We used to get supplies from other countries like Canada, US, UK. But when COVID-19 came, we never had orders again.
Faster, machine-run shea processing plants in Ghana have also begun taking over the market, making it difficult for this group of women to keep up. It takes them an entire month to produce what a big factory can do in 3 days. Deforestation is also an ongoing battle. Since the 1990s, men have been cutting down shea nut trees to make charcoal for commercial use. Around 8 million trees are cut each year.
The quantity we used to get, now we don't get it that way again. It has reduced drastically.
Shea butter making has sustained generations of women in Ghana. Today, many depend on it as their only source of income.
Mostly with this group, most of them are widows. They used to say widows, they can't do anything for their own. But now that they have their own handwork, they are able to do something and earn money and take home.
Organizations like Portia's teach traditional shea farmers how to produce better quality butter and understand its value in the local market. With this knowledge, they can take home a higher profit from their sales.
chef vraiment non. Ya tu son ya bia, ti ama na me no ji. Ya je sa ta ta juma kwa na ni bia ko.
The organization is also working to combat deforestation. Over the last 2 years, it's planted 7,000 shade trees in hopes of repopulating the parklands. Although there are many challenges, Portia sees a bright future ahead.
That is our business. That is what we do. Even though it is hard to produce it, but that is where we get our money from. That is where we get our income.
Young women are still interested in learning the craft, and she hopes that expanding her business will give more opportunities to people looking to learn the skill in its traditional form.
We like to have our own plantations. We like to have our own warehouses where we can keep our shea moss there.
For women here, shea butter is a symbol of prosperity and independence, and they're determined to pass it on to the younger generation. Strip away the surface of these shells and you reveal a shiny layer called mother of pearl. And in Thailand, it's been used to make ornaments that decorate palaces and temples for over 7 centuries. It can take half a year and as many as 20,000 pieces to complete one inlay. At 57, Jukit Sutsawat is one of the last craftsmen preserving this traditional art.
ก็คือมันเป็นสิ่งที่มันเป็นการสืบทอดอาชีพของบรรพชนไทยเป็นงานของไทย
Only the ripe shea nuts that have fallen from the tree are ready. The return home can also be physically taxing. The women carry more than 25 kilograms of seeds on their heads. They first wash the seeds and let them dry for a week. Then it's time for cracking. The nuts are ready when the kernel starts to rattle against the shell. Only the good ones are made into butter. The bad nuts are used to make a special food called gumbo, and as fertilizer on their farms. This attention to detail sets traditional shea butter apart from commercial ones.
The machinery, put everything in the machinery. So if there's bad ones, we will identify it.
Portia Asunda has led an organization called Titiaka Boresa for the last 3 years. The group provides cooking pots and training for shea farmers in the Talensi district. It also teaches them how to pick the best quality nuts for their products. They crack the nuts into smaller pieces with a brick. Then roast them over an open fire until they become fragrant. This helps release the oils that give shea butter its nutty taste and smell. It's one of the skills Acuna Alejere is teaching her daughter. She's been making shea butter for more than half her life. She grinds the shea nut pieces by hand. Some shea farmers have invested in grinding mills to make this step easier. But Acuna takes pride in sticking to the techniques that date back to the 14th century. The divots in these rocks provide the perfect working space. The women only produce small batches at a time to ensure the quality will be consistent. It's all hands on deck when it comes to mixing the shea paste. The work can be brutal and takes a lot of strength. The Divots in these rocks provide the perfect working space. The women only produce small batches at a time to ensure the quality will be consistent. It's all hands on deck when it comes to mixing the shea paste. The work can be grueling and takes a lot of strength. They do this for 1 hour to get the right consistency. The water activates the butter. Slowly, it separates and floats to the top. Acuna melts the butter in another fire, using wood that was harvested in the forest. She waits until it turns a deep chocolate color. The shea oil will cool and be sold as unrefined butter. The first accounts of shea butter use date back to 14th century Burkina Faso. It's been used in West African households as a cooking fat and as a moisturizing salve for skin. Legend has it that even the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra appreciated the butter for its hydrating power. In recent decades, global demand for shea butter has increased dramatically. Its healing properties and high levels of vitamins have made it the ultimate ingredient for skincare products across the world. In the last 20 years alone, annual exports have increased 600%. But with new demand have come new challenges. Deforestation